Hello everyone, welcome to Astro Science, and today in this video I will be discussing the monthly horoscope for the month of January 2022, and a very happy and prosperous new year to all of you, and may this year brings all kind of happiness and all your wishes gets fulfilled in this year. On this note, let us discuss about the current planetary positions with respect to their signs and what are the different transits which are going to take place in this particular month of January 2022. Come, let us see. Let us talk about first Sun. Sun is at present in the sign of Sagittarius, and on 14th of January it will change the sign, it will enter the sign of Capricorn. If we talk about Mercury, then Mercury is at present in the sign of Capricorn, getting conjunct with Saturn, but on 14th of January it will get retrograde. Mercury will turn retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. If we talk about Mars, then Mars is at present in conjunction with Ketu in the sign of Scorpio, and on 16th of January it will enter the sign of Sagittarius. Venus is at present in the sign of Sagittarius in the retrograde motion. On 29th of January, Venus will turn direct. If we talk about Jupiter, then Jupiter is at present in the sign of Aquarius and it is out of debilitation and in the November month itself, and so now it is in the sign of Aquarius. Let us talk about Rahu. Rahu is as usual, it is in the sign of Taurus. So these are the at present planetary positions and the respective transits which are going to take place from one sign to another for the different planets. In this video we will be discussing regarding each and every ascendant signs, that how the planetary transits and their respective positions in their different signs are going to impact our lives in different way with respect to the mutual energies of the planets, and it will differ from horoscope to horoscope depending upon our own birth chart, our own dasa sequence which we are running through. The Ashtakvarga scores will also have a say in it, and overall it will bring different kinds of flavor for different people among us in different types of times, different transits. Okay, so anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section. You can get my email ID over there, you can directly mail to me regarding any kind of consultations. Okay, and you can join my Facebook and Instagram account in the description section, you will find the link over it. Your comments are always welcome to me, and if you like this video, press the like button and share to your near and dear ones. So now we will directly jump into the for the different ascendant signs, that how these planetary energies are going to play their part for each one of us. Come, let us see. For the Aries ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Mars will be transiting through the sign of Scorpio in the 8th house along with Ketu, and this is a very spiritual conjunction. I will say it will grow your interest towards spirituality, spiritual way of life, or any kind of occult sciences. You will be able to know yourself, means from within, and since Mars has already crossed Ketu, and now very soon on 16th of January it will enter the sign of Sagittarius, which is the ninth house for you, the ninth house of luck, fortune and prosperity. So I will say this is a very good time to fight back your fear, your anxieties, your insecurities, and then enter into the whole path of optimistic living, the divine blessing in the sign of Sagittarius on 16th of January when Mars enters the sign of Sagittarius, your ninth house. So you will feel that suddenly I have come out of some dark room into a bright sunshine, and I am getting each and everything obstacles cleared off my path. So I will say, as compared to last month, this month the transit of Mars will be a better one for you. If we talk about at present Sun and Venus, then they are transiting in your ninth house of luck, fortune, and dharma. This conjunction, along with retrogression of Venus, I will say that you have to take care regarding your ego, and your relationship at the same time, because since Venus is retrograding back from Capricorn and it has come into the sign of Sagittarius and getting combust with Sun, and this combustion will be for a longer period in this month of January. So I will say that don't allow your ego to overwhelm you when it comes to relationship, when it comes to your marriage or anything related to marital life. Make sure that you are following the path of dharma, you are following the path of righteousness, and at the same time you are taking care regarding anything related to your marriage. Because many times you may feel that out of your ego, you may feel that why am I only taking the responsibilities. It is not the time to think that, because this is the time to prove your responsibilities, because it is the house of dharma. Dharma means to hold upon something, to follow something. Okay, so you have to be very cautious during this time, since Sun is the fifth lord, Venus is the seventh lord, coming together in the ninth house, which is fifth from fifth house. So there are chances that you may come across some love affairs or love relationships. So since Venus is retrograde, you have to be very cautious that are you taking correct decisions regarding the love relationship proposals, yes or no. You have to be very cautious during that time, then only you can take the proper actions. Work it out with your wisdom. If I talk about Saturn and Mercury, then they are at present transiting through your 10th house. Saturn is the 10th lord, so Mercury has entered the sign of Capricorn. And here, certainly, I will say you that you have to be very cautious regarding any kind of work you do at your work site or wherever you work, with respect to your decision making, with respect to your implementation of decision, and at the same time any kind of documentation or anything which requires to be documented, pen and paper work, anything related to means I will say networking or social networking, something like that, because Mercury is also your third lord. How you communicate with each other at the work environment has to be taken care, because very soon Mercury will turn retrograde on 14th of January. So before it turns retrograde, I will say you this is a very good opportunity for you to jot down the pending works, whatever pending works you feel that I need to work upon, or whatever things you feel that these are the things where my decision will count, or I need to decide regarding those things where it will help me out in my work, in my career or profession, with respect to my superiors and authorities. Because many a times you will feel that the time when 14th of January comes, Mercury turns retrograde, you may be called upon for your work by your superiors, by your authorities. They may suddenly ask you that why was the work was not done. So before they say you complete the work now, because 2 weeks from now and Mercury turns retrograde, so that time you will be doing it forcefully. So better to do it now by your own proper intellect, because that time when they ask you for the work and you show the work, you will feel that yes, you are getting rewarded for whatever you have done. So do it in that way. I will say that this will give you very good results, because don't forget, Jupiter is transiting through the 11th house of gains. So if you want Jupiter to give you better results, then you need to complete your work on time and start it from today itself, I will say. Saturn will be looking into your 12th house, and 12th lord Jupiter transiting through the 11th house. Jupiter is also your ninth lord transiting through the 11th house. So I will say that chances are there that you may get some gains or profit, some incoming of wealth from the foreign places, or there are chances that you may get opportunity to link up with some large organizations, because this transit of Jupiter will be a very good one for you. Incoming of wealth and profit, multi-dimensional opportunity will come in front of you, that sudden chances of gains may come in front of you, because of this transit of Jupiter and collective transit of Mercury and Saturn through the 10th house. So just complete your work on time and you see that the things are opening up for you. The doors which are closed will suddenly open up for you. You will feel that yes, my opportunities are coming in my way. The transit of Jupiter will definitely help you out with respect to your intelligence with respect to your progeny and your creative self expression. Whatever creativity you have, that will definitely pay you. It will definitely bring gains and profit in your life. Your communication will increase, your relationship with your siblings and neighborhood will definitely improve during this time. Yes, although Venus is retrograde, but the aspect of Jupiter, the collective aspect of Jupiter and Saturn on the seventh house will definitely lead to fructification regarding anything with respect to your marriage. Suppose if anything is not going correct, or anything which you need to resolve during this time with respect to your marriage, with respect to your marital life, then I will say it is a very good time to solve it out, to resolve it out, to talk with your spouse, so that a fruitful communication can lead to fruitful married life and fruitful relation during this time. During all this transit, Rahu is transiting through the Kritika Nakshatra, as we all know, through the sign of Taurus in your second house. So you may use some innovative approach to increase your wealth, to deal with your family members, and I will say it's a very good transit, that your intelligence, your innovative approach and intelligence can help you out in order to gain some more and wealth, and invest properly during this time. Saturn and Mercury will be looking directly into your fourth house. So here you need to be very committed, and your intelligence will be working in such a way that you can sort out any matter with respect to your home. Like suppose anything which you've thought that yes, I need to take care regarding this thing with respect to my home, my domestic happiness. This is a very good time, because when Mercury will be retrograde, it will definitely give you that importance to work it out with respect to your home and homely matters. So that's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Venus is retrograding in the 8th house in the sign of Sagittarius, and for the month of January, I will say that your Lagna Lord Venus will be combust for most of the days in the month of January in the 8th house. So it is a high time that you must take care regarding your health. Certain opportunities will come in front of you where you will feel that yes, I can do some yoga, or I can do some meditation, or even some spiritual way of life can help me out in order to give me proper health, or proper healthier practices can such kind of chances and opportunity can come in front of you. You just need to follow your instinct, and you just need to follow those opportunities and chances in a proper way and proper time, because this particular transit of retrograding Venus and again coming direct, it will definitely happen with in coming days to come. But once you miss the opportunity, then you will feel that yes, oh, I got the opportunity, I could have done so, but I didn't do. So this is a very good time when you can spiritually align yourself in proper way of meditation and yoga, and take care of your health in a more innovative approach. Because you see, although we say that transit of sun through the 8th house is not considered good, but since it is the sign of Sagittarius, here this sun can help you out to remove your fear and anxiety. You will suddenly feel that yes, I can apply those points of spirituality, or those ways through which I can remove my fear, remove my anxiety, and I can be in the world of spirituality in solitude and isolation. It will definitely help you out in complete focus and concentration. Wherever sun transits, it glows that house, it brightens that house. Okay, so suddenly you will feel that yes, I can learn such things of occult sciences, or many ways of knowing yourself from within, the secrets of your life. Okay, so these are the things which you can do in a proper way during this transit. Since sun and Venus will be combust in a close degrees during this month, so and it is also the house of marital life, so certain things with respect to your marriage life, your spouse, health of your spouse, or your joint asset can come in front of you. Some kind of ego classes can be there, so make sure that you are dealing with your relationships with respect to your marriage, your marital life, your spouse, and your in-laws in a proper manner. Don't go into any kind of unnecessary conflict. Make sure that your speech is very sweet and calm during this time, because both sun and Venus will be aspecting your second house of speech, and Venus will be combust and retrograde at the same time. If we talk about Saturn and Mercury, then they will be conjunct in the ninth house of dharma, luck, fortune, and prosperity. Mercury is your fifth lord, Saturn is your ninth lord, and they both are conjunct in the ninth house. I will say it is a very good opportunity to learn new things. Suppose if you want to know about ancient scriptures, the books of dharma and righteousness. Suppose if you want to know about your religious books, scriptures, or even if you want to start something new of customs and rituals with respect to your religion, then this is a very good time to start those things or learn new things. Even if you are a college student, or suppose if you are an university student, if you are joining some higher education, then this is a very good time that this transit will help you out to learn, to make sure that you learn new things in a very good manner. And since it is the planet Saturn, so it will definitely give you the proper discipline, because while learning new things you need to have commitment, focus, discipline, and patience, because it is not a job of 1 or 2 day. When you learn new things, you need to do it again and again, every day by day, and then you practice hard and you gain the knowledge very nicely. During this time Mercury will be retrograde. This retrogression of Mercury will help you out to know new things, because many a times what happens, we feel that yes, whatever we know is the ultimate, but this retrogression of Mercury acts upon a check. It checks us that yes, these are the things to be rectified and learn new things. Since it is the house of higher learning, so new things can be learned. I will say it's a wonderful opportunity to learn new things related to philosophy, law, or anything with respect to justice, truth, optimism. Okay. Chances of religious discourses, long distance travels. If you are feeling that I need to visit some religious places, meet peoples of religious communities, so that I can be in peace with my own self, with terms of spiritual living, then this is a very good time, I will say, because this will also open door for your own passion and hobbies. This both Saturn and Mercury will be looking into your third house of your creative talents and hobbies. Suppose if you want to start something of new, any kind of hobbies, then this is a very good time. So apply your luck and fortune in this all these things, and you see that how the things are turning it out for you. Jupiter will be transiting at this moment for the Taurus people, Taurus ascendant people in the 10th house in the sign of Aquarius. This is a very good time that you may get some good chances with respect to your career and profession. Suppose if you are thinking that I need to change my job, or there are something with respect to your job, then this is a time when you can get ample opportunities to get some new job opportunities. Or even it may happen that due to this transit of Jupiter, you can get good opportunities within your own company or within your own office itself. Your relationship with your superiors and authorities will improve during this time, and this Jupiter will help you out to improve your finances, improve your wealth. Your relationship with your family members will also increase, and this will also help you out with respect to your good communication and speech. With respect to Mercury, because Mercury and Saturn both will be looking into third house of communication, Sat and Jupiter with its fifth aspect will look into the second house of speech, so it will definitely help you out with respect to your speech and communication and your wealth and family. If I talk about Mars and Ketu, then at this moment Mars and Ketu are conjunct itself together in your seventh house. Mars is your seventh lord itself. So, looking into the fact that Venus is retrograde in the eighth house, any matter with respect to your spouse, marriage, marital life, partnership has to be taken care of very prominently and nicely during this time. Don't hurry, don't act impulsively with respect to marriage. Suppose anything happens in front of you, then you need to work it out with proper calmness and nice composer. You cannot just go it with respect to marriage impulsively and aggressively. Okay, just hold it on and understand the thing, and then judge it then you can react upon it, because Mars will look into your lagna, and in your lagna at present Rahu is transiting. So it will actually help, it will actually sometimes make you very anxious. Some anger issues can be there. Mars will be looking into your second house of speech. Okay, so with respect to your marriage, certain things can happen when you may feel that you may be sometimes be very angry, or your speech has to be controlled during this time with respect to marriage. Okay, so these are the things, because this transit will be complete. Mars will come out of the sign of Scorpio, and it will enter the sign of Sagittarius on 16th of January. So that time it will be transiting through the 8th house. So that time you have to take care regarding your food eating habits, your relationship with your in-laws, with respect to your joint assets. Mars will be looking directly into your second house of speech and wealth. Any unnecessary expenditures has to be stopped. Any unnecessary expenditures, you have to make sure that whatever spendings are happening has to be justified, then only you should do it. Okay, so these are the things which you need to take care during this month of January. And if I specifically talk about Rahu transit through the lagna in the sign of Taurus will be a good one, because it will make you very confident with respect to your own personality. And you should use this transit of Rahu in such a way to express yourself in front of the whole world in a more better way. So make sure that you are acting sensibly with respect to your marriage life, your spouse, and anything respect to your partnership. Rest everything is okay with respect to other transits. So this is for Taurus ascendant people for the month of January. For the Gemini ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Mercury will be transiting in the 8th house along with Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. I will say that this is a very spiritual conjunction, and it will help you out to know the secrets of life, the occult sciences, the different ways of spiritual way of living. Suddenly, you may feel that yes, these are the things which you can follow in order to improve your health. Yoga, meditation, or yogic practices, anything with respect to spirituality can help you out during this time. You may suddenly get interest in occult sciences or mysteries, or anything related to secret knowledge or secret science. Suppose if you are associated with any field with link with research, or anything which requires more focus and concentration in order to learn new things, ancient scriptures or any ancient science, then this is the time to apply your intelligence and discipline in order to follow up your research, focus and concentration in order to learn new things, or the things which you felt that you should learn but you couldn't get the opportunity. This is the time when you can will get the opportunity and you will learn it. This particular transit of Mercury and Saturn along with the in the sign of Capricorn in the 8th house will help you out in your health and your personal growth also, because you will be knowing certain things which will remove your fear and anxiety from your life, because you will feel that these are the things which you need to work upon, which will actually help you out in further days, because Mercury will turn retrograde in January on 14th of January, and then you will feel that yes, you are getting more opportunities to learn new things, because you will feel that you must rectify certain things in your life and apply new things, and then you will feel that yes, your life is getting more better and better, because very soon in the month of February, in month of February, I will say that Mercury will be direct in the sign of Capricorn. So that time you will feel that the rectifications which you did during the retrogression of Mercury is actually paying you back, is giving you more better results. In this month, when Mercury will be retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, on 14th of January, I will say that don't take any decisions with respect to your finances, fixed asset, joint asset. Yes, you may feel that certain things are coming in front of you. You should act upon it cautiously, judiciously, but don't take any serious decisions regarding that. After Mercury turns direct, then you can take decisions regarding any kind of finance and wealth related stuffs. Your relationship with your in-laws will improve during this time. Any matter with respect to your marital life will improve. You will get proper chance and opportunities to rectify the things and resolve the problems and bring a new ray of hope with respect to your marriage, your relationship, and especially with respect to your elders and in-laws. Your speech has to be taken care of because both Mercury and Saturn will be looking into the second house, your speech and wealth. Spendings has to be taken care because Mercury will be retrograde. So whatever you say, whatever you speak has to be taken care of during this time. Transit of Jupiter through the ninth house will be a really very good one because it will help you out to improve your luck, fortune, prosperity. Your relationship with your father will improve. You may get new chance to learn new things from your guru. You may start something new with respect to rituals and customs, religious activities. Some chances of religious discourses, meeting new peoples of religious communities can happen. With respect to higher knowledge and higher learning, this transit of Jupiter through the ninth house will be a very good one. Suppose if you are an university student or you are learning new things at higher level, then this transit will be a really good one. Jupiter will be looking into your lagna. This will improve your health. It will improve your personality regarding how people look at you. Jupiter's aspect on the third house and fifth house will improve your creative talents, your hobbies, opportunity to learn and improve your wisdom with respect to new hobby and start new things and creatively express yourself in front of the world. Will those opportunities can come in front of you? This will also help you out with respect to your children and progeny because you may feel that yes, their health is also improving. Your relationship with your progeny and children will improve during this time. You will be able to take more care of your children during this time due to the blessing of Jupiter from the ninth house. Sun and Venus will be transiting through the seventh house of marriage in the sign of Sagittarius. This transit has to be taken care of very nicely because Venus is retrograding and getting conjunct with Sun, and most of the time it will be combust in the seventh house of marriage. So some kind of ego classes can be there. Venus is also your fifth lord transiting through the seventh house retrograde, so some chances of love relationships or love affairs can come in front of you. Some proposals may come in front of you, but you need to act upon it very judiciously and cautiously. Act upon it, take your time, then think upon it, and then only you can say yes or no. Okay, don't feel that yes, my Venus is getting retrograde, because Venus, since Venus is getting retrograde, so energies are very erratic and very high during this time with respect to Venus. So suddenly it will come in front of you, and don't say yes or no out of your instincts. Yes, definitely will follow your instinct, but with some command, with some control. Ego classes with respect to marriage has to be stopped, has to be controlled, because marriage is a legal binding. It is also a negotiation of opinions between two people. You must come into a common point, and then only you can act upon it. Take care regarding the health of your spouse, and this is a very good time when you can communicate between both you and your spouse and come to a common point. Don't hesitate to cooperate your spouse, and don't also hesitate to take cooperation from your spouse, because in a married life, in a partnership, there is no space for ego, there is no space for non cooperation, because here cooperation is very essential, assistance is very essential. Ego classes can be kept aside during this time, because chances will be there that due to the combustion of Sun and Venus in close degrees, you may feel that out of your ego you reacted something, or your spouse reacted in certain way, and that created problem in your married life. You have to take care regarding those things. Transit of Mars and Ketu through the sixth house will be a good one, because here you will get proper energies and proper instincts to follow. in order to get success in your service, get success in your hard work. Whatever work you do, you will feel that yes, I am getting to do the hard work in certain ways and I am getting the results out of it. Suppose if you are in a job, if you are doing any service under someone, then whatever work you are getting, you will feel that yes, I can do the work in a fraction of second. You will feel like that I am getting the proper energies in order to get success, in order to get proper results in coming days to come. So only make sure that your relationship with your authorities and superiors are good, because of this high energy of Mars. Suddenly you may feel that yes, I can react in this way or that way. Make sure that you are following your work in a proper manner. Whatever work you are getting, do that only. Don't overact on any kind of work. Because of this Ketu, suddenly you may feel that I know to do the work in my own way. So only do the things which are required, not more than that, not less than that, because Mars will help you out in order to complete the work. Since it is the sixth house, I will say take care regarding your health. Don't be too impulsive or aggressive during this time. Your passion is good, but over passion is not good. Just be sure that you are taking care of your health. Take care regarding your health schedule and routines during this time. Transit of Rahu through the 12th house can actually help you out, grow yourself spiritually. Interest towards foreign culture and foreign customs and rituals can improve during this time. Chances of gains from foreign places, you may suddenly feel that you can follow spiritual way of living in isolation and solitude during this time. So that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, the Saturn and Mercury will be transiting through the sign of Capricorn in the seventh house, and due to the virtue of this transit, you need to be very patient and perseverant with respect to your marriage and marital life. Your commitment towards your spouse will be tested during this time, because Mercury will be retrograde on 14th of January during this particular month, and the whole of this month Mercury will be in the retrograded motion. And I will say that during this time, suddenly you may feel that you are getting judged, or certain things with respect to your marriage is becoming very critical of you, or you may turn very critical regarding your spouse or anything related to marriage. So you have to act upon it very judiciously and very logically. You means, if you think of it that you are getting restricted, or you are getting limited, bounded by certain rules and laws with respect to your married life, then that can create a problems. You may take it in other way. You may think that this is a good opportunity to improve the commitment and discipline towards your spouse, because if you do so in that way, then that will give you far more better results. When Mercury will be retrograde, some miscommunications can happen during this time, or suddenly you may feel that those things which you said or which you communicated with your spouse, or even what your spouse said or communicated with you, certain things can come in front of you. So I will say that this is the time which you feel that yes, I need to say certain things to my spouse or my business partners, which can improve my married life or my business partnerships in a better way. Then this is the time to say, because when Mercury turns retrograde, so that time certain things will come in front of you, where you may feel that yes, the things are getting away from you, the things are getting out of your clutch. So this is the time when you need to act upon your truth, act upon cautiously and judiciously anything which you feel that I need to communicate with my wife or husband or my business partners. This is the time when you should do it, because after Mercury turns retrograde, that will be the time of rectification, because that will give you opportunity to resolve the problem. So before it comes in front of you, you should act upon it on your own, so that will give you far more better results. And yes, don't be critical of your spouse, and be very judicious and cautious in your married life and how you communicate during this time. Jupiter will be transiting through the 8th house. The Jupiter is the ninth lord, transiting through the 8th house you may say that that is not good, because Jupiter is ninth lord transiting 12th from itself. You may feel that my luck and fortune at some time, at a point of some time, is not supporting me on my work. You may feel like that, but a benefic planet like Jupiter transit through the 8th house is good for health. It is good for spirituality, it is good for spiritual way of living. So suddenly you may feel that yes, I can do such and such things which can improve my health, which can improve the growth of spirituality within me. Learning new things, learning occult sciences or secret sciences or ancient sciences, or anything with respect to research, focus and concentration, where wisdom is required. Okay, and at the same time where isolation and spiritual way of living is also required. So this type of things can happen during this transit of Jupiter. Aspect of Jupiter on the fourth house will improve domestic happiness during this transit of Jupiter during this month. Although your fourth lord Venus is retrograde in the sixth house and getting conjunct with Sun. So since Venus is your fourth lord, it is the lord of fourth house. It is the planet responsible for your happiness. For the Cancer ascendant people, it is getting retrograde in the sixth house and getting conjunct, and very soon it will be combust along with Sun in the sixth house in the Sagittarius. So I will say that you need to work upon certain things which can improve your health, which can improve your mental peace, because this is a high time when you need to work upon those things. Since Venus is retrograde, it is actually asking you that you need to rectify certain things and you need to work upon certain things which can improve your family happiness, which can improve your domestic happiness. Looking into the fact that Saturn and Mercury transiting through the seventh house, so if you improve your domestic happiness, if you improve your Venus, then you can get more better results in the coming days to come, because Jupiter's aspect on the fourth house will definitely give a blessing, definitely give a divine blessing. You will feel that yes, there are opportunities which I can work upon, and that can definitely give me good results with respect to my marriage, with respect to my domestic happiness. And yes, since Sun and Venus conjunct in the seventh house, in the sixth house, this will give you a very proper approach towards your service. You will suddenly feel that yes, whatever service work I am getting, or whatever job I am doing, you will feel some good interest, a love. You will generate some love towards your service, a love towards whatever work you do. Your relationship with your authorities will improve during this transit due to the virtue of retrograde Jupiter. And transit of Sun through the sixth house is always considered very good, because it will improve your health, it will improve whatever work you do, because if you are working under someone, it will lead to success. And at the same time, it will also generate proper energy to take care regarding your subordinates who are working under you. Transit of Mars and Ketu through the fifth house will improve your creative skills. Suddenly, you may feel that the things which you thought can create fear or anxiety with respect to your creative self expression, your creative skills. This transit of Mars along with Ketu here will suddenly remove those fear and insecurities, and you will feel that yes, now I can work upon those things, or I can learn new knowledge and improve my skills, so that it can help me out expressing myself creatively in front of the whole world. Since it is along with Ketu, make sure that when you express yourself with pleasure, joy, or any kind of adventurous activities which can happen due to the virtue of this transit, make sure that you are following proper discipline during this transit, because Mars will be looking into 8th house by 4th aspect and 12th house by its 8th aspect. So proper discipline is necessary during this transit. Otherwise, this will give you good opportunity to learn new things, improve your creative skills, your creative self-expression. New adventurous activities can happen during this time. And since fifth house is third from the third house, so you may feel that yes, you can travel somewhere and enjoy your life with joy and pleasure. You may suddenly feel very passionate about those things. Only discipline is the key during this time. So make sure that, and it will give you good results. Rahu transiting through the 11th house will give you ample amount of gains due to the virtue of that transit, and it will open new doors, new vistas, and it will bring ample amount of growth with respect to your profits, gains, and wealth. Some chances of gains from foreign clients or foreign places or faraway places can be expected due to the virtue of this transit of Rahu through the 11th house. So that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, Jupiter will be transiting through the 7th house of marriage, and I will say this is a very good transit because it will improve your married life, it will improve your relationship with your spouse, with your business partners, and it will bring new set of happiness with respect to your marriage and anything related to marital life and anything. Okay, legal bindings. So this Jupiter will look into your third house, 11th house, your lagna, so it will improve your personality, new chances of gains, profits and wealth, incoming of wealth chances are there. It will improve your hobbies, creative talents. So this transit of Jupiter through the 7th house in the month of January will be a very good one. Now, if we talk about the Lagna Lord Sun, then Sun will be transiting through the fifth house along with Venus, and Venus here is retrograde. And I will say, Venus being a natural benefic planet and Lagna Lord getting conjunct with a natural benefic planet, take it in this way, then here this Sun will actually help you out to learn new creative skills. It will improve your creativity, and suppose if you have any kind of creative talent, it can be painting, drawing, singing, or it can be with respect to mass media, so drama, theater, anything it can be. So that will actually help you out during this transit. And Venus being retrograde over here, you can learn new things, you can rectify your skills and improve your skills and know new things, and then express yourself in front of the whole world. And this can give you lots and lots of gains also, because Sun and Venus will be looking out in the towards your 11th house of gains. So learn new things, improve your creativity, and express yourself in front of the whole world. And this will also pave a new path to enjoy your life with joy and pleasure. I will say this is a very good transit. Yes, chances are there that there can be some kind of ego clashes in your relationships, because fifth house also deals with romantic affairs and relationships. So some kind of new romantic relationship or something regarding that can come in front of you, come on your path. So act judiciously and cautiously while accepting those proposals. Otherwise, I will say that this transit will be a really very good one with respect to your creativity and self expression. Since Venus is retrograde, you will get new chances to learn new things and rectify your any kind of problems or resolve any kind of issues with respect to your creativity and talent. Mars and Ketu will be transiting through the fourth house. So, this transit of Mars will actually help you out to remove any kind of insecurities or vulnerabilities which was disturbing your domestic peace, which was disturbing your peace of mind. Since Mars is a very fierce planet, it is a very hot and fierce planet. It's a warrior. So I will say that while doing any kind of thing or indulging anything with respect to your home, homely matter, or domestic peace or domestic happiness, since Mars is the energy, action, the energy to act, so you will indulge in any kind of activity with respect to your home, homely matter. So while doing all those things, try to maintain your calmness, try to maintain your composure. Don't allow the heat to make you more full of anxiety. Don't allow you to become more anxious, because in doing all those things, if you don't control your own impulse, and if you don't control your own aggression, then that can lead to more mental anxiety. You may feel that yes, my domestic happiness is getting compromised. Okay, so you have to draw a balance between whatever you are doing in order to preserve your happiness at the domestic front, to bring new things with respect to your domestic front, and at the same time you need to also maintain your calmness and composure. Since Mars is transiting through the fourth house, so you may get some new opportunity with respect to improve your home or homely matter, chances of getting some proposals with respect to landed properties or real estate. Suppose if you are thinking to construct a new house or new something new of your at your home or homely thing, then you may get some chance to construct some new thing, renovate some new thing, or at your home, or buy some new property or landed property. Okay, so you may get some chances regarding that also because of this transit of Mars through the fourth house. If I talk about Saturn and Mercury at this moment of time, then Saturn and Mercury transit through the sixth house will be a good one, because it will make you very service oriented. And this Mercury will also become retrograde in the sixth house, so it is improving the qualities of Mercury. So you may feel that yes, I can work on certain things with my logical and analytical intelligence. I can improve certain things. I can improve my skills. It will help you out to become more perfectionist in your work, more hardworking, and that will help you out to achieve success. Because whole of this month Mercury will be retrograde starting from 14th of January, and in the month of February it will become direct. So that time you will feel that yes, whatever rectifications you did when you got the opportunity during this month of January, that is paying you back, that is giving you far more better results when Mercury is become direct. Anyone working under you, or means any subordinates who report to you directly, you need to take care regarding them also, because Saturn is the planet which rules over service. Okay, so you need to be very service oriented, and you need to also take care of the people who are under you. So if you follow the proper orders given to you by your superiors or authorities during this time, it will give you far more better results. And Rahu transit through the 10th house will be a good one, because it will give you more energy, more opportunities and chances to improve yourself professionally at the career, at the work environment. You may get good chances to improve your skill set at your work environment, because it is transiting through the Kritika nakshatra. It's a fiery nakshatra, so new energies will be there with respect to your work and career. So that's it for the Leo ascendant people. For the Virgo ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Mercury will be transiting along with Saturn. Saturn is the fifth lord in the sign of Capricorn. I will say it's a very good transit where you will get opportunity to learn new things, to improve your creative self-expression and your creative skills. Any talent which you have with respect to Mercury and Saturn, now it can be with respect to your writing skills, your speaking and communication skills. Now in this world we have so many things with respect to Mercury. You can be a teacher, you can be an orator, even you can be a student. This is the house of learning, fifth house, and the house of intelligence. You can improve your intelligence, your logic and analytical skills. With Mercury getting retrograde on 14th of January, this is a good opportunity to improve your own personality, improve your discipline, your commitment towards your studies, towards your creative skills, and this will also give some good chances to enjoy your life with anything which you feel joyful and pleasurable, because it is the house of joy and pleasure, that is the fifth house. Means this will also improve your inclinations, means anything which you are naturally inclined to. Both your fifth lord Saturn and Mercury, your Lagna lord, Mercury is also a 10th lord, they will be looking directly into your house of gains, the 11th house. So this will give more nice opportunity to have gains of wealth, profit and multidimensional gains, I will say, because with help of your own personality, with respect to your job, with respect to your career and your own creative skills and creative self-expression with respect anything respect to Mercury and Saturn. Okay. Since Saturn is also transiting through the fifth house, so anything which you study, anything which you learn, you will get more discipline and commitment to learn new things, to memorize new things, to understand with proper discipline and commitment. Okay. Jupiter transiting through the sixth house, I will say it's a um, mixed transit, because Jupiter, since if I take only the transit of Jupiter through the sixth house, it will give you more wisdom towards whatever work you do, towards your hard work and towards your service and job. If you are working under someone, then this will give you more wisdom to work under those people and give you good results out of it, because it is creating a Basmati Yog transiting through the sixth house. That is the good aspect. And now if I talk about the other side of the coin, then Jupiter is your fourth and seventh lord. Fourth lord transiting through the sixth house, it definitely it means that you need to take care regarding your domestic happiness, you need to take care regarding your mental peace, because this transit of Jupiter through the sixth house, it means that anything with respect to your health, anything with respect to your married life, anything with respect to your home, you need to work upon, because that is creating some kind of mental anxiety, that is creating some kind of things which are diminishing your marital happiness, diminishing your domestic happiness and mental peace. Since Jupiter is your seventh lord transiting through the sixth house, the foremost thing here is that take care regarding the health of your spouse. Anything with respect to legal bindings has to be taken care very prominently and judiciously during this time. Sun, Moon, and Venus. Now, Moon transit is very frequent, because Moon transits every sign in every 2.5 days. So basically, it is Sun and Venus. Venus is retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, along with Sun in the fourth house. Now, Sun is the significator of father, and it is happening in the fourth house, which is the house which significates mother. Venus is also your ninth lord, which significates father, father like figure, elders, or guru. Venus is retrograde. So I will say here this is a very good time to listen to any kind of advice given by your parents. Be it your mother, be it your father, be it your guru, or anyone who is elder to you. You need to work upon your own teachings, you need to work upon your own things which you feel that I know. But since Venus is your ninth lord getting retrograde in the fourth house, fourth house is also the house of education. So even if you are learning new thing, you are studying new thing, then you need to follow the things which your elders are trying to say you, be it your parents, be it your guru, be it your teacher. Okay. Since Venus is the planet of happiness transiting through the house of happiness, it will bring new opportunities to bring luxury comforts at your place, because Venus is retrograding. So you will feel that yes, I need to work upon certain things, the place where I live in, my home, or the secured place where I feel I need to change something, I need to renovate something. So I will say that beautify your home. This is the time to beautify your home, beautify yourself, beautify the place where you particularly stay at your home. Okay, beautiful flowers, bright colors, then that can give you more mental peace during this time. Transit of Sun through the fourth house normally creates some kind of mental anxiety, because Sun is a very hot and bright planet, and that hotness, that heat, that compromises the mental peace and happiness. And particularly when Venus is combust during this transit of this month, January 2022, so you need to be very careful regarding your actions with respect to your home, because you may suddenly feel that your parents are expecting certain some things out of you, which you may feel out of your ego, or out of your you may feel that I know better than that. Okay, so that can create some kind of problem. So it is the time to listen to your elders, it is the time to listen to your parents, and then act judiciously, because after all Venus is your ninth lord, and it will definitely do something good for you. It is coming in your fourth house of happiness, so that means it is trying to rectify certain things which has to be rectified, which need to be rectified. Okay, so if you follow certain things, certain wisdom, why words of wisdom given by your parents or your guru, that will give you very good results during this time. Because don't forget, this Venus and Sun will be looking down to your 10th house of career and profession also. So whatever words of wisdom you know and you learn, you will apply the same thing in your house of karma. 10th house is also the house of karma. So whatever words of dharma and righteousness you learn, and that the same thing you will apply in your karma, and that will give you far more better results in coming days to come. Because don't forget, Venus will also turn direct, and the moment it turns direct, it will act upon the things which you feel you need to do. Okay, since it is retrograde, so you are thinking that you may feel that I need to work upon many things, but after it becomes direct, it will give you far more better results. So this is the time. Use the ample opportunities which is coming in front of you. Don't allow your ego to clash upon, okay, because that can compromise your mental peace and happiness. If I talk about Mars and Ketu, then at present the transit of Mars and Ketu through the third house will be a very good one, because it is the house of efforts, actions, bravery, courage, any kind of hobbies, creative talents which you have. Suppose if you want to start something new, then this is a very good time to remove your anxiety, to remove your fear, and act upon it straightforward, work upon it. Yes, definitely it is the house of communication. So at present, Mars is transiting through it along with Ketu. So it may happen that while you are communicating with your immediate environment, your siblings, your cousins, your neighborhood, or any people whom you deal with in daily contact, you may your communication can be very straightforward, at times very harsh and rude. Okay, they may feel like that. So you need to work upon those things. You need to be very calm and maintain your composure while you are communicating with the people. Otherwise, this transit will be a very good one, because your actions and efforts will follow with success. You will work upon only those things that can give you good results, because here your hard work will lead to success. Mars will also look into your 10th house of karma and profession. So you will feel that I need to do five things that can give me five more better results with respect to my career and profession. So make the most use of this transit of Mars and Ketu through the third house. Rahu transit in the ninth house can give you better results with respect to knowing new things, knowing new knowledge, new culture. Okay, be it learning new things about spirituality and religious customs and rituals. Okay, so you may get new opportunities to learn regarding that. Okay, so that's it for the Virgo ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Venus is retrograde in the third house along with Sun, and I will say that this is a good transit because it will allow you to fulfill all the efforts and actions which you ignored in the past, which you thought that you should have done but you couldn't do, or you haven't done it. So anything which you felt that I need to work upon, any actions or any efforts on a particular work, this will be done during this particular month, and it will turn into success because Sun is also transiting through this third house, and it will provide the necessary enlightenment and energy through it. Yes, since it is the house of communication, so there can be some kind of ego classes with the people of daily contact, immediate environment, the people whom you meet every day. It can be your neighbors, it can be your siblings, cousins, or immediate people of daily contact. Since Venus and Sun both will be looking into your ninth house of luck and fortune, so definitely it will also improve your luck and fortune. Your relationship with your guru, with your father, will improve during this transit. You will feel more connected with them. Chances of travels, you will like to travel, you will like to visit places. Short travels can be there during this transit. Pleasurable journeys are expected during this month of January. Now you have to make sure that depending upon the situations at present in and your place wheresoever you are situated, depending upon the restrictions, you have to act accordingly with wisdom. Okay. Saturn and Mercury is transiting at present through your fourth house, and I will say it is a very good transit because it is creating a Raj Yoga. Saturn is your fifth and fourth lord, and Mercury is your ninth lord, so it is creating a Raj Yoga in your fourth house. I will say it is a very good transit, and it will improve your intelligence, it will improve your education. Suppose if you are related to anything with respect to Mercury or Saturn or education industry, or writing, publishing, or even journalism, orator, suppose if you are a consultant, anything related to Mercury, suppose those kind of things can give you very good results, because these two planets will be looking into your 10th house of profession also. Since fourth house is also the house of happiness, so you will feel that your luck is supporting you at your home, your happiness index is increasing. All the things which can turn your happiness index high, those things can be expected during this time. Mercury will be retrograde, means on 14th of January, so you will need to understand that you need to follow the things with respect to your parents. You have to follow the guidelines and wisdom which they are expecting out of you, or they want to convey to you. You have to follow their words, because that will give you far more better results, because Saturn is your fourth lord and Mercury is your 10th lord. Okay, so if you follow the guidelines, or the words of wisdom of your parents, then this will give you far more better results, and it will also improve your domestic happiness. Anything related to your home, anything related to your homely environment, any kind of innovations or innovative approach which you wanted to bring in your home, that can happen during this time. I will say that beautify your home. Okay, during this time, this will gardening, greenery and everything in and around your house, wheresoever you live in, that will bring very good vibes and energy within your life. In this month, this will bring very good results. If you talk about Jupiter, then Jupiter is transiting at present in the fifth house, and it is actually increasing your creative self expression. You are learning new things, new skill sets are coming within you, and it is coming in front of you very easily. You can grasp the knowledge very easily during this time, because it is impacting your intelligence very nicely, and it is directly looking into your lagna by its ninth aspect. So it is improving your wisdom, it is improving your personality, the way people look at you, and the way by which you look at the world in a confident way. Okay, Jupiter will be looking directly into your 11th house of gains. So, through your creative self expression, through your creativity, you can have gains and profits in a large way, because Jupiter will be expanding the growth by looking into your 11th house. Jupiter is also looking into your ninth house of luck, fortune, prosperity. Your relationship with your guru and father will improve. You need to learn new things. You will get the opportunity to learn new things during this transit. Mars and Ketu will be transiting through the second house. Here, Mars is the second lord itself, so certainly you will act very cautiously with respect to your wealth. But since Mars is a very fierce and hot planet, so your speech will be impacted. So since it is the lord of the second house, so it will definitely not harm the house, but definitely your speech will be a bit more straightforward, at times very rude and harsh. So make sure that when you are speaking to someone, it should be very cautiously spoken. Okay, and your relationship with your family members may be very straightforward during this time. Okay, because Mars is a very hot planet, so when you are dealing with other people, specifically it is the second house of family members, so it should be done with your calmness and proper composure. Any matter related to wealth has to be taken down very cautiously. Chances of some spending can be seen during this transit, because Venus is retrograde in the third house, so there can be travels, there can be some kind of pleasurable journeys, and Mars in the second house, so it is seen that some kind of spendings can be seen with respect to journeys and travels during this time. But yes, definitely take care regarding your speech and how you are interacting with your family members, and any kind of financial decisions has to be taken very cautiously. Rahu transit in the 8th house can bring spiritual mindset within you. You can learn new things with respect to occult sciences. Research like mentality may come within you during this transit of Rahu through the 8th house. So that's it for the Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Mars and Ketu will be transiting through the first house in the sign of Scorpio, and this will definitely increase your confidence regarding how you express yourself in front of the world and how people look at you. This, due to the virtue of this particular transit, it will remove all your fear and insecurities from your life, which was there when Ketu was transiting through the Scorpio, which was hidden, which was buried down. But due to this transit of Mars, it will come off, it will surface off, and you will be able to face it, and you will be able to curb them down, and you will be able to remove them. And it will not only boost your confidence, it will also make you free from any kind of negativities. It will bring a new positive mindset in front of you, because now Mars has crossed Ketu, and it is now very soon going to enter the sign of Sagittarius. Now Sagittarius is a friendly sign for Mars, so that will definitely improve your confidence more with respect to this particular transit. Now, let us talk about the aspect of Mars. Mars will be aspecting your fourth house, seventh house, and eighth house from the first house itself. So, you need to have check on your instincts regarding any matter which can make you behave impulsively or aggressively, because you need to control your instincts and have calmness and proper composure regarding any kind of actions and reactions which you want to put forward during this transit, which is very essential, because Mars is a very hot and fiery planet. It can lead to mental anxiety also at times, because when you are behaving impulsively, it can make you feel like that, okay, mental anxiety can be there. Happiness index can go down, because Mars will be looking into your fourth house also, since it is aspecting your eighth house. So whatever actions you take, whatever reactions you do, okay, so you need to be very have you need to have the calmness and proper composure. You need to be very careful regarding that, because it can lead to any kind of injuries also, because it is looking directly into your eighth house. So have the proper composure. Since Rahu is also transiting through the seventh house and Mars is directly looking into the seventh house, so you need to take care regarding the health of your spouse. You also need to take care regarding any matter regarding your marriage and marital life very cautiously and very nicely. You should forget about your impulsion and your aggression during this particular transit, and you should use your wisdom and sort out the problems, because Rahu is also a malefic planet and Mars is essentially a natural malefic planet, so its aspect on the seventh house. So you need to be very wise while you are dealing with your spouse or business partners or anything related to legal bindings. Okay, on 16th of January, Mars will enter the sign of Sagittarius and get conjunct with Venus. At present, Sun is also transiting along with Venus. So, by the virtue of this particular transit, Mars and Venus after 16th of January, I will say your speech can be a bit more harsh, can be a bit more straightforward during that time, and you need to stop any kind of wasteful expenditures during that particular time. That is not a good time to take any decision regarding your wealth and finance, I will say, because Mars is a very fiery planet. So I will say that any contract or any legal bindings has to be checked during that particular time very cautiously, and your relationship with your family members and your near and dear ones has to be taken care of during this transit of Mars through the sign of Sagittarius in your second house. At present, Sun and Venus is transiting through your second house. So, by this transit of Sun through the sign of Sagittarius, I will say that it will improve your moral values. Your love towards your tradition, towards morality will improve. Means the righteousness which you learned from your elders, from your family members, right from your childhood, it will really help you out in this particular month. It will really pave a new path from cultural and traditional point of view, it will be a good transit from that particular point. Okay, but since sun also deals with ego, so out of your ego, if you say something that can make you repent later on, you may feel that I shouldn't have said like that. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding your speech, regarding how you are speaking with your family members or with your near and dear ones. And since Venus is retrograde, so you may feel that I must have this thing in my life because it can provide me luxury and comfort since it is retrograde. So you need to take care regarding any kind of wasteful expenditures. If it is not required, then don't spend the money in any kind of unwanted things. Saturn and Mercury will be transiting through the third house, so that will be a good transit, I will say, because it will improve your communication. It will improve regarding your anything regarding your creative talents or hobbies or your actions, your efforts which you wanted to take. And Mercury will be retrograde in the third house after 14th of January. So anything which you wanted to do, or where your efforts which you didn't do, or maybe you did in the past but you left it, so those things can again start. Suddenly you may feel that yes, I need to work upon these things again. So that kind of facilities may come in front of you. Okay, your communications with your nearby environment, your immediate environment will improve by this transit of Mercury and Saturn together. They both will be looking into the ninth house, so chances of some kind of travels, and you may visit your guru, or your relationship with your guru and father may improve during this time. And I will say that depending upon the place where you are in, and depending upon the different kind of restrictions, okay, you must look into the travels and journey. Otherwise, I will say that travels and journey chances are there, but you have to take into account the different kind of rules and regulations, and then you have to act with wisdom and with caution. Jupiter transit through the fourth house will be a really a very good transit, I will say, because it will not only bring domestic peace at your home, it will also improve your mental peace. Your happiness index will rise. Chances of renovations, you may have beautification at your home. If you wanted to construct a house, if you wanted to buy a new landed property or home, or anything which can which you wanted to incorporate at your home, chances are there that you can be able to do during this transit of Jupiter through your fourth house. So it's a good transit, I will say, because Jupiter will also be looking into your 10th house of profession and career. It will also bring harmony, peace and success over your career, over your karma, and any kind of thing in your work environment. Your relationship with your superiors will improve during this transit. So it's a very welcome transit, I will say. So that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Sun and Venus will be transiting through the first house itself. Due to the transit of Sun through the sign of Sagittarius in the first house, it will not only bring enlightenment, confidence in your life, it will also give a good opportunity to develop yourself in a positive manner. It will open a new door of positivity in your life regarding your mindset, regarding how you look the world, how you present yourself in front of the world. This type of good changes will come in front of you. And Venus being retrograde in the first house, it also means that it will not only bring attraction, it will also allow people to get attracted towards you. So your presentation skill, how you express yourself, so those are the things which people will like in front of you, and they will like to get in touch with you. Okay, now Sun is your ninth lord coming into the first house, so it is improving your luck and fortune. It is definitely improving your luck and fortune. So whatever work you do, whatever efforts you put in, it will definitely get into success. Venus is your 11th lord. Now, ninth house is 11th from the 11th house, and 11th lord Venus along with ninth lord coming into the first house, it is creating two types of dhan yoga. So, and that also your 11th lord getting retrograde, that is Venus. So I will say that multiple chances of gains, profit, maybe some kind of gains through authorities, or maybe through your office environment, through your superiors and your boss, okay, that kind of things. Or I will say that another chances are there that maybe any kind of profit or gains or wealth which you thought that I may get it but I didn't get, okay, so that kind of things can happen in your life, that suddenly some amount of incoming of wealth may come in front of you in your life, okay. So because of this transit of Sun and Venus retrograde through your first house, so I will say it's a very good transit. Venus will look directly into your seventh house. It will also bring harmony with your marriage partner. Since Sun and Venus they are going to conjunct, and Venus is going to get combust, so some kind of ego battles can be there with your spouse. So you need to be very sensible during this transit when you are dealing with your partner, when you are dealing with your husband or wife. Any matter regarding partnership or marriage or legal binding has to be taken care of very nicely, because you need to involve in those things by removing the ego. When you are removing the ego, then you are facing the truth, and when you are facing the truth, the problem is already solved, okay. So these are the things which you need to take care. Mars and Ketu will be transiting through the 12th house. This is bringing a very good spiritual way of living. You would really like to spend some time spiritually in some isolation, in some solitude. Even you may think that I can move to some far away place and I can learn new things, because Mars is also your fifth lord. It is your creative self expression, it is the lord of your intelligence. So you may learn new things spiritually, spiritual way of living, meditation, yoga, okay, these are the things. Or you may feel that these are the things which I can do, which can give me mental peace, which can actually improve my creativity. So at some faraway land you may go and you may learn new things, or at your home only you may love to stay a bit isolated, a bit in solitude, and learn new things, okay. So these are the things which can really help you out during this transit of Mars and Ketu through your um, 12th house. Whereas if I talk about Rahu in the 6th house can give you overall success. Transit of Rahu through the Kritika Nakshatra specifically, and in the 6th house, it gives tremendous amount of good results, because it can lead to any kind of success which you wanted to have in your life through your efforts, through your hard work, through your service. Saturn and Mercury transit through the second house, it is actually making you a bit more grounded regarding your speech, regarding your involvement with your family matters, with your family members, and regarding your finance and wealth. Here Mercury is going to get retrograde on 14th of January, so I will say you need to be really be more grounded when you are dealing with your family members and family matters. Your any decision regarding your wealth and finance has to be taken very carefully, and I will say when Mercury is retrograde, that is the time when you should not take any major decision regarding your finance and wealth. Recheck your documents, recheck your financial papers when you are in Mercury retrograde. During this time, recheck regarding what you are saying, what you are speaking to the people when Mercury is retrograde, specifically more importantly when it is along with Saturn. So then it will give you very good result, because when you are rechecking it, it is improving your memory also, because then you are again remembering it again and again. So it is not only helping you memorize it, but also it is also making a very good habit regarding anything when you are speaking something, or when you are dealing with any kind of papers regarding finance and wealth. Jupiter is transiting at present in the third house, so it is expanding your social activities, it is expanding your social communication, your networking, and you will feel that now I am getting more friends than before. More people are interacting with me, and this will also improve your hobbies, your efforts, your actions. It is directly looking into your ninth house, so it is improving your luck and fortune during this time. Your married life will also get impacted positively in a nice manner, because of the impact of aspect of Jupiter on the seventh house. Jupiter will be also aspecting your 11th house of gains and profits, so it will improve more chances of having different kind of gains through your efforts, through your actions. Since Jupiter is your fourth lord coming into the third house, so I will say that at times you may feel that some travels are there away from your home. Some kind of short travels can be there. Okay, so you need to look into the travels by the fact that what kind of restrictions or what kind of rules and regulations are there at your place, and then you can go into the journey or travels. But travels can be there. Okay, you may get the opportunity to travels, but look into the fact of regulations and rules. You need to follow those things cautiously, and then you need to decide the things which you need to do. So that's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Saturn and the ninth Lord Mercury will be transiting through the first house itself, and I will say it's a very good transit. It is creating a Raj Yoga, and the transit of Mercury through the first house is very welcome transit, I will say, because it is not only improving your intelligence, it is also improving a burst of confidence within you suddenly. And this Mercury will be retrograde in the first house itself, so it is giving you ample amount of opportunity to improve your personality, to improve yourself with respect to self development, regarding how you are presenting yourself in front of the world, or the how the world is looking at you. Mercury gets directional strength in the first house, so it will give you very good result with respect to anything which you want to learn. Your luck and fortune will be very much supporting you during this transit. Saturn and Mercury both will be looking into your seventh house of marriage, legal binding, spouse, your partnerships, business partnerships, trade and business. So it will give you very good results with respect to this. So now you will be able to give proper respect to the opinion of the other person. You will be able to listen to them, that what they are saying, what they need to say, and what messages they want to convey to you. Because here Mercury has the Mercury will have that power to learn new things, to know new things. It will be very curious because it is getting the directional strength in the first house. So this is a very good time when whatever people want to communicate to you, whatever people want to say to you, you will be able to grasp it. You will be able to learn it. You will be able to listen to it. So I will say it is a good time for your married life also. If I talk about Jupiter, then Jupiter transit through the second house is a really very welcome transit, because before November 21st, when Jupiter was debilitated, that was a completely different story. But now Jupiter has come out of debilitation and its transit through the second house. It will not only give you material gains, it will also give you gains and good results with respect to spiritual and occult outlook also, because it is directly looking into the eighth house. Your finance will improve, your decision making with respect to your joint and fixed asset both will improve during this time. Your speech will improve, your family matters and relationship with your family members will be far more better than before, due to the virtue of this transit of Jupiter through the second house. Yes, definitely second house also deals with anything which you value. So suddenly you may feel that yes, I can have this at my home, or this thing I can have at my place, which can be far more luxurious and comfortable. So those things, so Jupiter expands the things wherever it transits or wherever it aspects. So certain some kind of things regarding that can happen in front of you, but I will say that you will get another opportunity to invest the wealth which you are having during this time. So use the maximum of the transit of Jupiter through your second house. Mars and Ketu transit through the 11th house will be a very good transit, I will say, because they both are malefic planet, but their transit through the 11th house brings a very good results. And Mars transiting through its own sign Scorpio, I will say it will remove all kind of fear and insecurities from your life, and you will be able to express yourself in front of the whole world in a nice way, so that you can have more gains and profits through it. Because Mars will directly look into the fifth house where Rahu is transiting. So that Rahu will allow you to learn new creative skills in an innovative way, because Rahu is technology. So you can express yourself in front of the world to get some mass fame with an innovative approach through the use of technologies, mass communication, and everything. And Mars is looking into it through the 11th house, so definitely it is improving the chances of more and more gains and opportunities in your life. So this transit of Mars and Ketu through the 11th house will be a very good one, I will say. Sun and Venus is transiting through the 12th house, and Venus is retrograde during this time. Okay, now Venus is your 10th lord transiting through the 12th house, getting retrograde. It simply means that there is a chance that you may go to some faraway place with respect to your profession, with respect to your career and your whatever work environment you, or it may happen that some contact with foreign people, maybe if you are working in some multinational company or some foreign clients. Okay, so some communication or some kind of things with respect to far away place can be there between you and your work environment and career is concerned. Since it is retrograde, so chances are more. Sun is the vitality, sun is our enlightenment and energy and soul. Transiting through the 12th house is normally not considered very good with this respect. So I will say that you need to take care regarding your health, you need to take care regarding your sleeping pattern, and your food eating pattern also need to be taken care of during this particular time when sun is transiting through the 12th house. Otherwise, sun transit through the sign of Sagittarius in the 12th house can bring more spiritual outlook towards in your life, especially when it is conjunct with Venus. So you will love to have spirituality, you will love to have spiritual growth, spiritual way of living in your life during this transit of sun and Venus to the 12th house. I will say that you need to be taking care regarding your health. Otherwise, this transit of sun and Venus, especially when Venus is retrograde, it will bring more spiritual way of living in your life. This will be a good transit with respect to spirituality and learning new things, because Venus is also your fifth lord, so you may learn new things out of your spiritual living. So that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Saturn will be transiting in the 12th house in the sign of Capricorn along with the 5th Lord Mercury. So I will say it is bringing a more spiritual outlook within you to learn new things, to learn more ways of spirituality, because Mercury is the planet which has the power to learn new things. It is a very curious planet. So since it is the 5th Lord, wherever fifth lord goes, it will shows the inclination. So the fifth lord coming into the 12th house along with the 12th lord, so it is definitely allowing you to learn new things with respect to spirituality. Maybe it may happen that you may travel to some faraway place, or you may stay in isolation or solitude to learn new things, maybe meditation, maybe yoga, maybe some spiritual way of living for the longer amount of time, because Saturn is essentially a very slow moving planet, and Mercury on 14th of January will be retrograde in your 12th house. So more opportunities will come in front of you to learn new things, because it may happen that in the past you thought of something to learn but you didn't do it, or you didn't practice it. So those things can come in front of you suddenly. One thing you need to be very careful is that Mercury in the 12th house transit, specifically when it is retrograde, it can create some kind of miscommunication. So I will say, when you are communicating with anyone regarding anything, it should be very clear cut. And when it is retrograde, you need to be more cautious and more careful regarding when you are speaking with anyone, and how much you are speaking with anyone on, and on what topic. You need to be very careful. Either you say nothing or you say the whole of it. You, if you feel that yes, I said the things which I need to say, the other people may feel that maybe he is hiding something, maybe he is not saying the things which he need to say. Okay, so this kind of things may come in front of you. Saturn is the significator of our work, our karma, our hard work. Okay, so it is in the 12th house of loss. So at times you may feel that whatever work you did for the people, or whatever work you did from last 5 months or 6 months, you may feel that I am not getting the name and recognition for that. You may feel like that because Saturn is transiting 12th house, in the 12th house, although it is its own house. So you will have the satisfaction that whatever work I did, it was out of my commitment, it was out of my discipline. So that discipline should be maintained, and that will not go in vain, because in the month of April, this Saturn will come in its Lagna, in its first house of sign of Aquarius. So that time it will give you far more better results. I will say that this is the time when you can go for charity. You can help people out there. You can help the people without expecting anything in return. That can give you far more better results. Jupiter transiting through the first house will be a very good transit, because Jupiter gets directional strength in the first house. It can improve your wisdom, it can improve your personality and your health, how you are expressing yourself, how people are looking at you, everything will be improved during this time. You will be able to learn new things, your intelligence will be improved, your relationship with your guru, your father will improve. Chances of some travels can be seen by this transit of Jupiter through the first house, I can say, because it is looking into your ninth house. But you have to be very careful regarding rules and regulations and restrictions which in wherever you are and whatever place you are at present. So looking into those things, then only you can go for journey or travel. Otherwise you need to be very cautious and working with wisdom. Mars and Ketu will be transiting through your 10th house. So this Mars is removing all the problems and insecurities with respect to your karma, with respect to your work environment. Certain things which you feared in your past, those things can come in front of you, and you will be able to remove those problems very properly and in a confident manner, because now Mars, after a few days, in 16th of January, it will enter the sign of Sagittarius. So that time it will be under the divine blessing of the sign Sagittarius. So it is the 11th house. So this Mars will definitely give positive results with respect to your profession and your career. Only one thing you need to be very careful, that since Mars is transiting through the 10th house, so out of your work, out of your energy, it can create some kind of competitive spirit within you, and that can create some kind of problems with your authorities, your superiors. Okay, so these are the things can happen. So one remedy, one practical remedy for that is that you need to do the things which, only the things which you need to do. Means if you need to do 5 work, you should do that 5 work only, not 4, not 6, not less than that, not more than that. Only the things are which are expected out of you, only those things you need to do. That's it. Then your authorities will be happy with you, and you will also have some proper time to save your energy. Sun and Venus will be transiting through your 11th house. I will say it is a very good transit, because they both will be improving the ways of different ways of gains of wealth and profit in your life. I will say it is a very good transit, because this transit of Sun through the sign of Sagittarius will pave new way of different kind of recognitions from your authorities, from your superiors. It may happen that suddenly out of your work, due to your actions and your efforts, you may get recognized by your superiors, your authorities, your boss. Chances of new promotions, okay, it can happen during this transit of Sun through your 11th house. And Venus is getting retrograde over here, and Venus is your ninth lord. So you may feel that when you are interacting with your friend circle, when you are interacting with your network circles, or when you are interacting with people of large organizations, your luck is supporting, or any kind of pending wealth, or any kind of pending incoming of wealth which was which you were thinking of that I must get, I was not getting. So chances are there that you may get it during this transit of Venus, which is getting retrograde in your 11th house. So those things may come in front of you. New incoming of wealth may come during this transit of Venus in retrograde motion in your Sagittarius sign. Okay, and I will say that's it for the Aquarius ascendant. And since Jupiter is in your Lagna. So your divine blessing is always there within you, your blessing of God is always there within you, and make the most of it during this transit of Jupiter through your first house. And that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, the Lagna Lord Jupiter will be transiting through the in the sign of Aquarius in the 12th house, and I will say that during this transit through the 12th house of the Lagna Lord, you need to take care regarding your health. But since it is the planet Jupiter, it will definitely bring a spiritual mindset within you. A spiritual bent of mind can be seen during this transit through the 12th house in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is a very innovative sign, a very futuristic, a very scientific sign. So you can have a very innovative way of spirituality, a different way of meditation or yogic practice, okay, that can bring new vistas of good health in front of you. So you can practice those things, and that can give you good health in coming days to come. So by that way you can practice spirituality, and it is also possible that you can move to some faraway place, you can move to some place of solitude or isolation to practice those spiritual way of living. Even at your home also you can be staying in an isolated manner, in a place of solitude, and you can practice those things, because Jupiter will be aspecting direct your fourth house of happiness and your domestic environment. Okay. Saturn and Mercury will be transiting through your 11th house, and I will say it's a very good transit because they both will allow you to have uh, more gains and profits in your life. Although Saturn is a slow moving planet, so slowly and steadily it will open your gates and doors to have more gains and profits and wealth in your life. Mercury is going to get retrograde on 14th of January 2022 on in the sign of Capricorn in your 11th house. So it means that suddenly anything related to your wealth, anything related to your finance or gains or income which you expected in the past, which it didn't happen, it may happen now. Since it is the planet Mercury happening, it is happening in the 11th house and looking directly into the 5th house of your creativity, intelligence, and your creative self expression. So I will say that any skills which you wanted to learn before but you didn't pay attention to it, so you may get an opportunity to learn those things during this transit of Mercury through your 11th house, along with Saturn, because it will provide the proper discipline and commitment, since it is in the sign of Capricorn and along with Saturn. So you will get the ample amount of chance to do that and learn it, and that will definitely bring new gains and profits and incoming of wealth during this particular transit of Mercury and Saturn through your 11th house. Sun and Venus will be transiting through your 10th house, and I will say that here this transit of Sun through the sign of Sagittarius in the 10th house will be a very welcome transit for you, because it will not only bring good name, fame, and reputation in front of your authorities and your boss, your superiors, but also it will bring good energy within you to do your work, to complete your work on time. Punctuality is the key here. It can make you very punctual with respect to your work. Venus will be retrograde over in your 10th house. So it may happen that suddenly your interest towards your work, which you may have ignored in some past months, okay, that can regenerate again. You may feel that yes, I need to have a beautification at my office, I can renovate my office space. Okay, so this kind of things may happen during this Venus retrograde, or your interest, your suddenly you may feel that my interest towards my work environment, towards my office and everything has increased during this retrograde of Venus through your 10th house. Mars and Ketu will be transiting through your ninth house of your luck, fortune, your prosperity, and Mars is your ninth lord itself. So definitely it will make sure that whatever work you do, whatever actions and efforts you put your work, you will get the favor of your luck and fortune. And by this transit, since Mars has already crossed Ketu and very soon it will be entering the sign of Sagittarius, so here Mars will definitely give you very good results, I will say, because whatever work you do, you will feel that yes, my luck is supporting me. This transit of Mars through the sign of Scorpio, you may feel that you are getting some chance to interact with your elders, with your guru, with your father, to learn about new things regarding spiritual and religious inclinations and religious and spiritual things which you thought to learn before but you couldn't do it. This will give an very good opportunity to learn it. But yes, since Mars is a very hot and fierce planet, it may happen that you may question things. You may question suddenly things, the things which you are learning, or the things which you thought that it should have been in this way, but you are going to learn it in some different way. Okay, so you may cross question it. And since Mars will be looking directly into the third house of your communication, your efforts and actions, so it there is a chance that you may start your hobbies, you may start your efforts and actions in some creative talents. Chances of some travels is also seen during this transit of Mars through your ninth house. And I will say that depending upon the rules and regulations which you are getting to see at your place wherever you are, you need to work very cautiously and judiciously, and put your decision regarding your journey and travels, because opportunities will come to travel and journey during this transit of Mars through your ninth house. So depending upon the rules and regulations and the restrictions at the place where you are, you need to work out wisely, and then you need to perform the journey and everything. Okay, so these are the things which you need to take care during this transit of Mars and Ketu through the um, ninth house. Rahu transit through the third house will be a very good one, I will say, because it will bring success in whatever actions you take, whatever effort. It will be making you very brave, and your courage will be very high during this time because of this transit of Rahu through the third house in the Kritika Nakshatra. It will be a very good transit. Okay, and it will really improve your hobbies. Whatever work you take will definitely get succeeded during this transit. So that's it for the Pisces ascendant people. You have seen that how the different planets are going to play their role and how they are going to impact us in different ways with respect to their significance, the significance of houses and the signs. And if you have liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones. Your comments are always welcome to me. I will definitely go through what you need to say and what type of opinions you have regarding this video, and you really inspire me in different way. Thanks a lot for that. And next time when I come back, I will be coming back with another interesting video. So anytime, if you want any consultation, check the links in the description section. And if you are new to this channel, please press the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. So till then, I'm signing off for today, thanking you. Bye bye.